Welcome to the Explainer. You know the drill. We take these big, complicated ideas and we break them down.
Now that's a pretty wild statement, right? Your next leader from an escape room. But what if I told you that idea holds the key to solving one of the biggest problems in pretty much any company?
Yeah, not from some Excel sheet. Because, let's be honest, the way we've been picking leaders, it's kind of broken. We get so caught up in the numbers, the data, the spreadsheets. But leadership, it's not a formula on a sheet.
All right, so let's get right into it. We're going to start with what you could call the leadership myth. And trust me, this is something that happens in offices everywhere.
So on the one hand, you've got the old way of picking leaders. It's usually the safe bet, right? Who's been here the longest? Who's the best coder or the top salesperson? Who's, not going to cause any drama. But what a team actually needs to thrive? Totally different story. They need real guidance, a sense of connection, and someone who can make a tough call when everything's on fire.
I mean, does this sound familiar? I bet it does. We've all been there. You see the email go out announcing the new team lead, and you can't help but think, really? That person?
And you hear all the usual reasons, don't you? Well, he's put in the time, he's been here forever, or, hey, her numbers are always fantastic. And look, being good with a spreadsheet or not making waves, those are fine things. But they have practically nothing to do with what it takes to actually lead other human beings.
And that, right there, is the core of the problem. A resume? It's a list of things someone has done. It's a highlight reel. What it absolutely cannot tell you is how that person is going to react when the project goes off the rails, when the pressure is cranked up to 11, and the team is looking for anyone to step up.
Okay, so this brings us to a really crucial idea. The difference between an expert and a leader.
So the technical expert, these folks are amazing. They are masters of their craft, right? Their value is all about what they know and what they can do. And let's be clear, you absolutely need these experts on your team. But a true leader? That's a whole different skill set. Their job isn't to do the work themselves, it's to guide other people. Their value isn't measured by their own output, but by how capable, how confident, how empowered they make everyone else on the team feel. It's about building trust.
So you really have to ask yourself, does that brilliant expert on your team actually know how to shut up and listen when someone else has an idea? Do they inspire people to be better, or do they just steamroll everyone with their right way of doing things? Look, being a genius at something doesn't automatically make you good with people. Not at all.
Okay, so if resumes and performance reviews fall short, what's the alternative? Well, this is where things get interesting. Let's talk about what we're calling the escape room test. Think of it like a pop-up leadership laboratory.
Just think about it for a second. Why is an escape room so perfect for this? Well, you've got a team locked in a room, you've got a ticking clock, you have a problem that is literally impossible for one person to solve on their own, and everyone has the exact same goal: get out. It's a perfect pressure cooker for seeing how people really behave.
And that is the absolute magic of it. An escape room doesn't give a hoot about your job title or how many years of experience you have on LinkedIn. All it measures is how you act, how you behave when the clock's ticking down, you don't have all the answers, and things are getting chaotic. It reveals true character.
So what does real leadership actually look like inside that pressure cooker? What are you going to see in that room that you will never see on a performance report?
Suddenly, inside that chaos, it becomes crystal clear. You'll see one person trying to talk over everybody else, but then you'll spot the one who's just quietly listening, taking it all in. You'll see the person who notices a shy teammate has an idea and actually asks them, "Hey, what are you thinking?" They aren't barking orders, they're connecting the dots for the team. They're coordinating, not commanding. And when everyone is completely stuck, they're the one who steps up and says, "Okay, this is crazy, but what if we tried this?" Now that is leadership in action.
Okay, look, obviously you don't have to go out and book an actual escape room every single time you need a new manager. That's not the point. The escape room is really just a powerful metaphor for a much bigger idea.
And you can apply this idea in so many other ways. You could use real-world business conflict simulations, or just pay really close attention during those messy cross-functional projects and see who naturally takes charge.
You could even set up challenges where the leadership role rotates. But honestly, maybe the most powerful and simplest tool of all is to just listen to your team. Seriously, they almost always know who the real leaders are way before management ever makes it official.
All right, so let's wrap this up. How do you actually go out and find your next great leader?
Here are the big things to remember. First off, promoting someone just because they're good at the technical stuff, that's a huge gamble. Second, real leadership isn't about doing the work, it's about enabling others to do their best work. And maybe the most important takeaway of all, action reveals the kind of character that a resume is designed to.
So it really all boils down to this. If you want to find your true leaders, you've got to get them out from behind the spreadsheet and into the action.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. In your company, how are leaders chosen? Is it based on what they know, or is it based on how they make other people feel?